I'm going to share with you 4 Bible spelling words for this study. The first word is desire. Desire is defined by Webster as a strong wish, something that's made every day. A request is made every day. But a request is a desire. Our second Bible spelling word is devoted. Devoted. Devoted is defined by Webster as meaning having strong love or loyalty for something or someone. Our third Bible spelling word is reputation. Reputation. Sometimes you might hear people use the word rep in a slang form. Sometimes it may be a person's fame that is considered to be their reputation. Or they've made a name for themselves. Reputation is defined by Webster as overall quality or character as seen or judged by people in general within a community. And the final definition for reputation, recognition by other people of some characteristic or ability. Our final Bible spelling word for this study is way. Another word for way is wish. This word way used in this manner that I'm about to mention to you as a course of action. Way being a course of action. Now this final definition for way is going to give us the insight that we need to help us with understanding the importance of our desires and how that relates to us making our faith in God visible. And that fifth definition is a personal choice as to situation or behavior. Personal choice as to situation or behavior is the final definition for way. Personal choice as to situation or behavior. All of these definitions, in their own way, what they are doing is giving us some deeper insight to how this applies to our own desires, our own way of living. When we look at this notion of way, we see it playing out in the way that we make choices during the course of our day as we are addressing situations. We see it playing out when we are taking a particular course of action to accomplish something. We see it playing out when we basically use a certain talent in order to achieve something or to address something. We use a certain skill. That is our way also. It's also seen as a way of behaving. When people observe what you're doing, they see a particular way. And that way is what allows people to see what the Bible calls is our light. Our light. When we are born again, and before we are born again, our light may not be a light that's shining for the Lord. Sure. We may have a light or a reputation for doing and being other things. Exactly. Other things that are not aligned with God. Other things that are not pleasing to God. Thus the notion of unjust and just, evil and good. and all in between. So this notion of a special or personal manner of behaving is associated to an individual and what that individual chooses to do. The approach or the course of action that that individual chooses to take. We hear in today's time about people vaping. That is a course of action or a personal choice as to a situation or behavior.
Right.
The same as doing other drugs or drinking or using foul language. But these are all what we have to recognize, that all people who are onlookers observe this as that individual's way. And that individual sees it as personal manner, a special manner of behaving. What we must recognize is that there is something the Bible calls an old man and a new man. And the old man is filled with things that either a person may not know that's not like God, or it's filled with things that a person knows that's not like God, but they don't know what to do about it. That's what the old man has. But the old man got that way because of ways. The old man got that way because of courses of actions that person or individual thought that was appropriate to take. The old man got that way because of personal choices in different situations that person thought it was okay to behave that way.
Right.
And with every personal choice, there is a consequence. There is an impact. And when you get used to making a pattern of choices in a certain way, you develop a reputation.
Right.
Your fame begins to be spread abroad. If I use the words Jesse James, for some people that will conjure up a certain character of a certain individual who did evil things. Charles Manson.
Amen.
Hitler. Stalin.
Joseph Stalin. A monster.
So there are different things that come to people's mind. What I'm trying to get you to see, this is what their fame or their reputation, and that reputation happened as a result of the way or the personal choices in situations that they elected to behave. Jim Jones. The persons who killed the kids at Columbine. I mean, I can go on and on. What I'm trying to get you to see is that this is what their way was, and this is the reputation that was spun up as a result of people observing those ways. Just like each and every one of us have a reputation, and that reputation comes from the personal choice that we make as to situations and how we choose to behave in certain situations. It produces a certain kind of reputation. And we learned, Webster told us that reputation is overall quality or character as seen or judged by people in general within a community. How people judge or people observe and conclude what they see in a community in other people. Athletes have reputations, don't they? Both good and what? Bad. Businessmen have reputations, both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Employees have
Mm-hmm.
reputations, both good
Mm-hmm.
and bad. So what I'm trying to get you to see is that all of this starts with a desire. And our desire causes us to do work, or it causes us to act, whether it's good work or bad work, whether it's a good action or a bad action.
Right.
Like the shootings of these people shooting innocent people. Those are bad actions. But that still was work. It still was actions. It just was not good actions.
Right.
You guys understand?
Right.
So recognize that depending on our interest at a particular time and the chance given by God and what we choose to do with that chance, that determines our outcome.
Right.
So it's time that God gives and the chance, and it's our choice to choose what we do with that time and chance that God has given us.
Right, sir.
See, desire produces an effort. Desire. We learned that desire means what?
A strong wish.
It's a strong wish. It's something longed for.
Yeah.
Each day we wake up with desire. When someone is hungry, normally they long for something before they actually eat it or conclude that they are hungry. It's a longing for it. They get up in the morning, there's a longing for some substance or some food. Around midday, there's a longing for some substance or some food.
Right.
In the evening, there is a longing for some sustenance or some food, or late afternoon. So what mankind has done is place in each of these portions of the day, it's a communal activity that's generally accepted practice in which mankind does what? To address this longing, this desire. What do they do? It's a generally accepted practice.
Eat something.
Eat. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's generally accepted. You can go anywhere, practically anywhere in the world, and there's a generally accepted practice in which mankind at these different times of the day eats. That's a generally accepted practice. Does it have to be that way?
No.
No, but it is that way. And it's generally accepted by the community as the practice. All I'm trying to get you to see is that it starts because there's a desire for something.
Right.
There's a strong wish. There's a longing for something. There's a request for something.
Right.
And what mankind has also created is a way to address those requests. What's one way mankind has created to address these requests for this longing for sustenance? If you don't know how to prepare sustenance or food, mankind has fixed it so that you can go somewhere and request someone else to fix it. We call it what?
The restaurants.
Fast food.
Fast food
Restaurants. But it's all with the intention of addressing your desire for food.
Mm-hmm.
So what we are seeing is that our desire causes us to do work. Our desire causes us to do work. Our desire to want to have things in life causes us to do work, causes us to want to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So our desires, that shapes how we walk every day.
Mm-hmm.
It shapes how we go about the actions that we take every day, that we labor every day. And our actions show the people who see us, how strong a love we have for what we desire.
Mm-hmm.
Our actions show people how strong a love we have for what we desire. I want you to think about that. Our actions show people. Our desire leads to actions. And our actions show people how strong of a love we have for what we desire.
Right.
Let me give you an example of that. A baby desiring to eat, or a baby desiring to be changed. So desire produces action. So in the case of the baby desiring to eat,
mm-hmm.
what action does the baby undertake in order that they might eat? They cry.
Mm-hmm.
They're crying because there's a desire. And we learn that desire is a strong wish, something longed for. The baby longs to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And so the desire produces an effort. And that effort we call, or action we call, crying.
Right.
It's generally accepted that crying is an indication that the baby wants something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
However, that crying normally translates in the baby getting what? Can the baby get good stuff and bad stuff, or good stuff or bad stuff as a result of crying?
Yeah. Get good or bad.
What's an example of something good that the baby can get as a result of that crying? They desire to eat.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that's good that the baby can get?
Milk.
Milk,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Good milk.
Good milk, right? And what does the milk do?
Feel like good and
Fills them up.
mm-hmm. If it got put formula in it, or
Mm-hmm.
if it don't, it'll still. Yeah.
It'll still fill them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what does it do?
Take away that hunger.
It takes away the hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Does it do anything else?
Give strength, energy.
It gives them strength. What else? Nourishment.
Mm-hmm.
Nourishment. Does it support the proper growth and development?
Mm-hmm.
So milk does several things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So desiring it and the reaction to give milk,
Right.
as the choice to fill them up, is a good thing, and that basically produces a positive result.
Right.
Oh, praise be to God, from whom all blessings flow. It is our prayer at Clay Family Ministries that your life has been increased with the increase of God through this study. We appreciate and are thankful for your fellowship during this life skills study segment.